Okay. Cool. Let's just turn the light off and we'll get started. This will be available on the J Bros channel. It's a channel I made for you guys. You guys. Alright, let's get going, shall we? So this presentation is a Managing IT 1, and it's on the perspectives, focus and change of project management into the 21st century. And there's a bit of history in here, a bit of theory, maybe some stuff you'd like to include in your assignment. So it might give you some talking points, thinking ideas. Paradigm shifts, okay? So obviously, with the emergence of IT, IT projects have changed in the 21st century, and past management techniques aren't adequate for what is to come. You know, as times change, as our technology changes, our management methods change as well. Ooh. So, environmental scanning. External IT fundamental changes, okay? What has changed in IT? Well, we have more computing power because we've got more advanced hardware. Network-oriented processing, this is the shift to the cloud, and wireless-oriented accessing. So, removing, like your headphones are wireless, when they would be previously wired. So, we call that a wireless-oriented accessing environmental change, okay? But the organizational behavior and structure adoption is searching for the right fit, okay? And what we're really adapting these approaches for is people that are computer literate and network centric, okay? So, what are the 5 eras of IT evolution? So, the first, pioneers, penetration and chaos, the proud age of the transistor. When the transistor was born, so was computing in a way. The second era, it's the centralization of technical monopolies, okay? So this is when our technology companies start forming. People start doubling down on centralizing the control of these things. And the third era, letting loose distribution and decentralization, okay? It's when IBM was dominant. Not so much anymore, but still a big industry leader. The fourth era, distribution, free market with issues of architecture and management. And then the fifth era is the World Wide Web and anytime, anyplace computing, okay? The internet era. So as you can see, what is one thing that we've noticed that we can sort of observe from this happening? Any guesses? One thing you're noticing, like that's occurring. Okay, here's one. One thing I've noticed is that it's focusing less on one person and more on everybody, right? In the first era, we had pioneers, right? The first people, the small marginal members of society. And at the very end, worldwide access anytime, everywhere to everyone, okay? So what we're seeing actually is decentralization is the main theme of evolution of IT through time. First era, okay? I'm talking a little bit about where computing was born. The first commercialized, being the key word, computer was installed at the General Electric plant in 1954. Okay, and scientific computing was sort of around in the Cold War. And in the late first era, that's where we started to see things like Fortran and COBOL. We actually have a Fortran textbook in that cupboard. But yeah, it's a very early programming language, okay? A little bit more. Computers were isolated, okay? They were designed for a very bespoke purpose. Only really technical staff could use it. Again, it was unplanned, chaotic. It was a big mystery, and top management, only really technical personnel that were trained knew how to operate these computers. They required a lot of training, and unfortunately, management just didn't have that. The second era, okay? Technology advances. As time advances, so does technology. People do research, people come out with new things. The IBM 360 series, okay, led a dramatic growth in the computer industry. Direct access storage devices, okay, this changed the way that we decentralize our computer infrastructure. Things like telecommunication, multi-access computing, okay. Think client-server model, okay. Beyond the function of accounting, okay, we started moving things into our technical systems. We saw the automated processing of things like banking, airline, taxing, healthcare, business information systems shift towards where the technology advances, okay? It's the fundamental reason behind why most businesses go and make that shift to the technological revolution, okay? It's why businesses want to be online, because they want to take advantage of the advances, okay? Again, the second era of computing, we see things like distributed access to mainframes, okay? Oh, hang on. I'm getting a phone call, a second.